We have now pressed the big red go live button and we are live and in real life. Hello!
Hello!
This is Crokinole, which is the game we're going to play initially. Once we have played this, we will be open to suggestions to do other things, which may involve taking this darn rig down and going on to Jackbox or various other similar bits and pieces. Somebody, please let us know how the audio is. This is... Also, if you're only picking up pouring of Coke, tough.
Coke must be poured.
Coke must indeed be poured. I thought you were sealing the Coke with the Crokinole disc there for half a moment.
Yes.
I saw a flash of red and you were trying to steal my pieces already.
Yes, I whittled it down with my front tooth.
It's bad enough you're going to be throwing them at me in about 10 seconds flat.
Oh, you love it.
I do.
He loves the pain.
Apparently. So, Crokinole. This is a really old dexterity-based board game where we will be flicking discs onto the board and scoring points based on where they land. You score 5 points for every piece in the outer ring at the end of the game, 10 points for every one in the middle ring, 15 points if you're in the centre circle, and for every piece that ends up in there, that is a valid move, because we're going to get to valid moves in a moment, you score 20. And then they get scored total up at the end of the game. The difference is added to the scores. First one to 100 wins. So, the rules are quite simple. On your turn, depending on the board state, you must do one of two things. If there are no pieces on the board of the enemy colour, you have what is known as a free shot. During a free shot, you must get your piece into the centre ring, into the button, across the line of the centre ring, or touching one of the pegs. That's all allowed, it's all above board, although touching the pegs is a bit rarer in most cases. As long as if we see a gap, it's invalid. If you throw an invalid piece, for example, if I do something like that, that's invalid, it is immediately thrown into the gutter, from whence nothing escapes. The other thing that makes Crokinole really awkward, though, is that if you make an invalid shot, every piece of your own that you have touched is also removed. So sometimes it's worth just throwing your piece in the bin to avoid losing points.
Instead of spreading cooties.
If there is a piece on the board, for example, I have somehow made that shot, Debbie, with her piece, now has to hit my piece. No matter what, she can end up anywhere, but she has to hit my piece during her move. If she fails to do that, it's an invalid shot, and all the rules for removing pieces apply. I.e., if she's touched any of her other pieces in the way to missing this really easy shot, they would all be removed. As long as she touches it, it's all good. But she also means you can use your invalid shot to give me 20 points. I couldn't even do that from there. Points are total up based on the game state at the end, and they're basically subtracting from each other. So if we both have a piece in there, they're removed. Both piece in there, removed. And then whoever has the most pieces and the points left at the end scores points. First 100 officially wins. Also, I believe this is a private stream for one person, unless you are the other viewer.
I currently am not.
Okay.
As far as I know.
So,
Mr. Burns.
heads or tails?
I'm not falling for that one again.
Okay, that's fast side. It's landed fast side. That's slow side. They are two-sided. They're slightly concave, so one side will spin a lot better than the other one.
Yeah.
So you have speed and skill shots. So, speed or skill?
Tails.
Helpful. So I get an actual coin.
Which one is tails again? Speed.
All right, I'll tell you what.
Speed.
Oh, okay, fine.
Speed. What's that?
No. So I will go first. So that means you have the hammer and the advantage in round one. But I get to first shot at making a 20. So, let's begin. Some flickage. So, as my piece was an open shot and it's landed in the centre circle, it is valid. Now, I did ricochet off 2 pegs because I hit that far too hard, and if I'd have missed and landed there, it would have just gone away. The only rule about making a shot is you must shoot from your line. I know it looks a little crooked, apologies, the setup is not perfect, but you also are not allowed to move once you've sat down and the game has begun. You are not allowed to get out of your chair. One buttock must remain in contact with the chair at all times.
Yep, at least one cheek.
At least one cheek, indeed. So we can lean to try and make shots, and this is actually a lot harder than it's going to seem later down the line when we have to make really awkward things. But especially when we have to do it offhand. You have to use the same hand you start with for the heart game. I don't think you can be ambidextrous. And officially, you're only supposed to use your index, I think. But
well, until you have no feeling left in it.
All right, fine. We'll ignore that rule. One finger, though. One finger.
One finger.
One finger.
And I learned in practice games, it is considered cheaty to lift the chair up and move yourself with it attached to your buttock.
Yeah, unfortunately, the chair must not leave. Yeah, this is true.
My talents
You
are
still
wasted.
you still missed that shot though. Indeed. So,
But I displayed my genus.
Crokinole commences.
Now I must hit your piece.
Yes, so you got a fairly easy shot. That was not a particularly difficult one in terms of how this works, but he equally doesn't want to hit my piece into there because that still would count, and I would score 20 points.
Exactly.
The 20s get removed and are basically stockpiled at the end, but they are obviously significant value. She'll most likely be trying to get rid of this, or trying to kill me.
Ah!
Okay, that's a miss. So that was an invalid shot because she didn't hit my piece. However, she didn't hit any of her own pieces, of which there are none.
And I wasn't left touching this.
No, even if you would touch that, there's different rules.
Oh, yeah, that's
because
true.
there's a piece on the board, the rule is you must hit that piece.
Right, that's true.
Now, my turn starts up, and I have another free shot. I must end this piece must end in the center circle, touching a peg, or touching the line. Or be in the button, actually. If I can get it in the button, that's fine. So that's fine.
Nah.
So I now have 2, and you've got a reasonably easy double here. Provided you don't hit the pegs again. Also, from the back line, please.
Oh, yeah.
I can see better with this. We have the camera set up. We have basically the whole monitor set up over here. So we also have a second monitor over here, which I'm going to just turn off now, actually, because that might help out the white balance. Actually, it made it worse. Let's turn it back on. That was just in case I need a second monitor for other shenanigans, but...
More light.
Well, no, actually, that was correcting the colour balance for me, sort of, so that's fine. Anyway.
Hey, Rise.
Hey, Rise. How's the volume?
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year in, I think, 4 hours for you, if I've got the timings right. Anyway, I'm about to be killed.
Fudge. Ah.
Well, I wasn't killed. The next shot is going to be brutal. I know that. So I've got another free shot.
Or it might just be with a Malteser. Chocolate must be hot.
Okay, so that's again fine. I did the center circle. I'm currently scoring 45 on board. Oop. Sorry. Volume is good, and 11 for me. Oh, 11 out. Oh, yeah, of course. No, sorry. Of course it is. American. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Good shot. And you really need to get on the board here, otherwise it's going to feel mean and terrible. Or you can hit me in the head. That works too.
I did get pretty good at that.
You did.
Ah! For fudge's sake! Fudge has to be had.
Fudge has to be had. Okay. I'm now getting into a tricky situation here where I have to somehow dodge my own pieces to get a legal scoring. And I don't have... Well, I mean, I could nudge my own piece and do that, but if this piece doesn't end up on the line, then I obviously lose it, and the one I hit, so we'll do that. Hey, there we go. Perfect.
High power does
Alright,
not seem
come
to
on.
work well for me.
Easy shot. Just get in hit my pieces.
I'm gonna cry.
I think we may be moving on to a second game very shortly. I was expecting this to take you more than one round to hit 100.
I've clearly not had enough coffee yet. Coffee and chocolate.
Okay, that's made her move easier. I've given that was a bad shot for me, but I've given her a freebie. She now has to hit this.
Watch me miss it.
Well, you don't have to go for this piece.
Just
Obviously. It's only scoring 10. These are scoring 15.
Just watch me.
Seems a little bit one-sided. Yeah. Okay.
Yay!
If a piece has ended up on the edge line, it is removed. And any piece that is on a line is considered to be scoring the lower value when we get to scoring later. So this is scoring 5, these are scoring 15. And I have to hit that piece now. So the rules have changed. Because this is no longer an open shot, I have to, like Debbie did, hit that piece.
See, Maltesers work.
And I missed, so therefore that is an invalid shot, and Debbie gets another one.
I have to not hit my piece, but hit one of your
You're allowed to
pieces.
hit your own pieces, but if you
But I have to hit
if you
yours.
don't hit a red piece at some point during the turn, every piece you have hit of your own colour is removed.
It's the sad truth.
So, what should you try? Oh, you go for the back piece. Okay, fine.
Either of them.
Okay, there.
Ah!
I'll give you a freebie. That's a mulligan. Go again. And don't crack don't crack against the wooden board. Okay, that's valid, although you have given me 20. So, because my piece has landed in, I score 20. That is removed.
That part's not valid.
That's valid.
Nah.
So, 20 points have been scored by me, which will be counted regardless of how the board is at the end of the game. Equally though, I've now got to make a shot through the middle to try and get things, or I can go for your end one. I think we'll go for the easier shot because I'm massively ahead and I don't want to risk things. Okay, so since I've nudged it onto the line, it is removed. That also is now scoring 5 and is really easy for her to hit if she wants to. She might decide it's not worth it and go for the more high value stuff, but this is where the strategy in the game slightly comes in. Oh, double.
Yeah.
That was a great shot. Okay, that's evened up the game a little bit.
3 Maltesers in, baby.
Right, just moving all the exterior ones here because we've had problems where mostly myself, I've got to be honest, I've been playing from the gutter. So I've got 5 left and I started, so you should have 5 as well. Over there.
Yep, 5.
Okay, that's fine. Just making sure. Right. So this now looks a bit like a normal board state. Okay. I hit my own piece. At no point did I hit a green. These are both removed.
I guess I just needed to work up.
Well, the thing with Crokinole and the
muscles.
way it kind of balances itself is if somebody does take a huge lead, it gets harder for them to make shots against your single targets.
That's true.
And equally more chance they're going to hit their own stuff in the process. So she still has to go for this piece because there is a piece of that colour on the board. Okay, so now currently I'm scoring 20. Vanna is scoring 30. So she's currently winning by 10 with 4 to play, despite that terrible start. Although admittingly it's self-inflicted because I killed my momentum off a bit there. All right, let's go for this again. Well, that did nothing.
No.
Your shot. All right, this is an open shot. So again,
So
you have to get into the center ring or on the center line.
Hey.
Nope. So that's invalid.
It bounced.
It did.
Bouncity bump bump.
Right, speed shot, and let's see if I can knock some of those points away. Okay, fine.
Good value.
No, it's a valid. It was a valid shot because I hit your piece anyway, but I nearly nudged you into 20, which is always the risk. All right, your shot.
You're more than welcome.
The good news is you've got a restricted angle for this one, so not too much to
Fudge.
do other than remove your own piece there. That one as well.
Oh yeah, that's what I too. Ah.
Right, 2 to go. So currently you're scoring 20 on board. I'm scoring 30 because of the 20 I've already got. Yeah, we'll take that. That's a good shot. I thought you were going to flick that into my face with the amount of power that went. I'm glad it went upwards in that point. Oh dear, okay. Well, I'm scoring more points than when I gave the turn back to Vanna.
There is disastrous potential here.
Alright, my last shot. Okay.
Last one.
Yep,
Hammer.
so Vanna's got the hammer for the round, and then we do scoring, which means I then have to work out how to adjust these. I have a feeling it's going to be a red victory.
Oh,
Okay.
so close.
So scoring. So each piece that's on the line gets moved for convenience sake into the realm it's currently in. Any matching pieces get removed, so these both cancel each other out. These two cancel each other out. So I score a total of 30 versus Vanna's 15. Means that for the round, I go up to 15.
No, you go 30.
No, because I've got 30 points here versus your 15 currently on board, so the difference of those is added to my points. So round 1, 15 to me. And it's my hammer next round.
Never let me handle the math. No.
Indeed.
No, no, no.
So for a one-sided start, you can see why that's not necessarily always a good thing, and the game can be swingy, and we like swingy games.
Whee. It is a bit odd. It's very odd.
Okay.
It's designed to see how much punishment your finger can take.
Well, only the way you're playing it.
Yeah. I am an aggressive.
All right.
Pointer.
Game 2.
Jacuz.
You're accusing me of it being game 2.
No, I just have an aggressive pointer. Jacuz.
Oh, fair enough.
Has to get in the middle.
Yep. Ideally, score 20.
Yeah. It would be nice.
Yeah, if you score 20 here, I mean, that's the best possible start.
Ah,
Okay,
close.
so you're on the board. Right, so rules of the game. I'll wait for it to stop spinning, out of courtesy. Not sure how well that's coming up on the camera, but... It's fine. So now my
That's one of the
objective is
longer
to
ones.
eliminate that, and I've done so.
Ah.
Right, Vanna shot. So the hammer does have a bit of an advantage in this game, typically, but if you can score 20s and build up momentum.
Yep. It's almost on the line, not quite.
Okay, so basically the way judgment works is if you can see some of the table, then it's fine, and I'm going to accept Vanna's thing that's there.
Yeah.
It actually, if pieces there, tend to be quite annoying because it means you've restricted on the shots you can make to wide strings. I won't. I've got an empty board, so this is a free shot.
Believe me, if it was on the line, I'd be kicking it off. Ooh.
Yeah, we're going to ignore that terrible display. So you have to go for that piece, though.
I do.
So you have to somehow angle that into a useful position.
It's on the line. That's still, right?
Oh, is it on the line?
Yeah.
Then it's off.
Okay. Well, at least I got
Well, at least you actually get it on the line, given the angle you were taking. If it was already off, but fine. All right, so I have a second free shot, and hopefully it won't be as terrible as my last one.
Ooh.
Well, I did all I could to make that fail. You got shot.
It was a spectacular failure, though.
Indeed. Okay, that's good.
You're still spinning. There you go.
Alright, so I've now got to make a lean shot here, because I don't want to hit my own piece.
Ah!
Hey, that'll do. Now,
The
if you're skillful, you can just glide it up and use my momentum to stop you and score 20. If you're skillful enough to do it, like that kind of. If you got the light touch, then you can just nudge against it and hopefully just roll in. Or you can go full force and just whack that into my face. That was full force attempted at my face.
Kablooey.
Indeed.
Yeah, you
Well,
nudged it.
I nudged it, but that didn't do me any good. I'm up by 5 points, I guess, but I've certainly got an easier piece to hit than you have right now.
Yeah, currently.
Nope, so that's removed.
Er.
Alright, and I've got to somehow... Not really good angles here, really, but... No!
Ah!
We'll take that. That felt like a good shot. Was that a good shot? That felt like a good shot.
No.
Occasionally this game makes you feel that things like that, though. It's like, I like it. Things come off and you feel like a genius.
Yeah,
then you do terrible moves like I did a few turns back, and you feel absolutely terrible.
Super finger.
Thanks, Rice. Okay, no, you eliminated the piece, so that's fine. Just bring that back to you.
I take you with me.
Right, so I've got an open shot, and I, again, don't really want to hit my own piece if I can avoid it, because I don't want to lose points needlessly like I did last time. There we go, that'll do. Which unfortunately gives her an easy one to hit. So part of the skill is trying to get behind these pegs, and these pegs are really annoying at times. They don't look like they should be, but they are.
Well, I know.
I'm scoring less than I was, but ultimately they're still shot in my favour. I'm really good at that shot. You keep making me practice it, so it's... Okay. That's acceptable. So now I've got to risk either going for the awkward one just beside my piece here, which... I'm not sure how narrow that looks on screen, but from where I'm sitting, that's extremely narrow, so I'm going to go for this shot again. The downside of this shot, of course, is that this is a direct line to give her 20 points. So I've got to somehow... I'm going to work this one out, but it's the only piece that she's got, which means it's the only piece I can try for.
And he has to try for it.
Yeah, so I have to do something to it. Okay, that works out okay. This is where the sort of balancing in the game goes. If you've got more options, you can try and do double shots and things. That was a double shot, but it was kind of the wrong double shot.
Yeah.
Right, so I have a freebie, and two shots left after this. Well, given how things are, I'm going to have a go for this finally.
No.
Right, you need to deny me some points here.
Oh!
That one went in the face!
I should have bought you a ski mask for Christmas.
I've also dropped my setup for mouse shenanigans. Right, give me 2 moments here while I just do something.
He needs cold peas for his eye. Oh. Doughy.
Alright, carry on.
And incidentally murderous.
I didn't leave a bruise, so only 10 points, I'm afraid.
Where'd I get you? I'm horrible.
I'm not sure if the Crokinole has any rules for that, but I've given you 10 points. And not just 10 points in this game, I've given you just 10 points.
For morale.
Well, no wonder I missed that. I'm so shocked. Okay, I'm going to duck out of the way as much as I'm allowed to within the rules of the game, while Debbie takes the next shot, which is the final one for this round.
Incidentally dubbed the hammer.
No, mine. I got the hammer. Last shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got the hammer, okay.
Yeah, I got the hammer this round. I have one buttock still on the chair, but I am very, very leaned.
Just go like this.
That's about where I am at the moment in terms of angle. Okay, so I get a free shot with a hammer. So I just have to somehow land it in there after being shell-shocked. I did. Okay.
So shocked.
So there are no 20s to resolve, so I just literally score here 40, 45. So that puts me up to 60 for the current game.
You're so gonna divorce me after this.
It depends whether I'm in ability to do this or not. So after 2 games, the score is 60 to 40, 60 to 10.
I think we're gonna find out whether concussed people can sign divorce papers.
I think it's been checked, but you know. Just gonna roll those around. Okay. So it's my start. Debbie has the hammer for game 3.
Is this wise? Me think not.
Playing Crokinole with hammers, no, but you know.
Giving Debbie hammers.
Giving Debbie hammers is always a good plan.
Especially if you want something demolished.
Indeed. Okay.
Or something
Not sure if that's your end or mine. Let me just see how the live is going at the moment. It is delayed a bit, I've got to be honest.
Is the government censoring us because I'm abusing you?
Apparently stream's healthy. It is set to ultra low, so it should be okay. But yeah, there is a significant delay on this. I'm not sure I can do a lot about this directly, but okay. Hold on. Let's give me 2 moments while I just base. Oh no! All right. What we'll do is after round 1, I will stop the stream, restart it, but I'll put it to a lower latency, so that should hopefully help with the buffering issues. So we'll see what happens after that one.
He's almost won anyway.
It's possible I win this round.
Yeah.
So we'll play out for the moment, and then we'll start game 2 of Crokinole. Well, assuming I score 40 points this round.
And you're still conscious.
Okay, so that's valid because it's in the center circle. Yeah, if assuming I'm still conscious, of course. Long way to go till next decade. Okay, good removal. Right, now I'll give her a tricky shot.
So far, this is very civil. I doubt it will last.
Of course, it's very civil. This assumes you can hit my piece, of course.
I know I can hit something.
You can.
You
Hit the pegs. Right, can we score 20?
Nope.
Nope. Am I even on the line?
No.
Nope. Okay, fine.
Let's see.
Yeah, so this is a really awkward shot for Debbie, but equally,
it is.
if it's the only piece I have left, it's only scoring me 10, so I need to give her easier things to go for. If I can keep scoring 20s, then that's one way I can just win this game.
Well, there you
20! Go. Okay, 20 up. You okay.
Wah, wah.
If I can keep doing that, I've got the game won, and we can restart and do some things.
There's really only one way I can get to that piece.
And, through the channel, but that is past 4 pegs.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it should be difficult.
So close. It was on the trajectory.
Alright, 20s for days, 20s for days. Alright, I'm in the centre at least. Well, technically that's an easier shot for her to go for, but...
Only vaguely.
Well, you only got to get past 2 pegs. rather than 4.
Well, 3.
Oh, just FYI, if she goes in the button on this shot, it doesn't count unless she's hit one of my pieces. So she can't just go and score 20 and reply. She can hit my piece and then score 20 in the bouncing chaos afterwards, but if she doesn't hit my piece, which she did that time, good shot, then her piece move would be invalid. Fortunately for her, this gives me a fairly easy response.
Just over the line.
Just over, okay, fine. Yep, I can do it.
Well, at least now I've got an easy shot at yours. Duck!
Where?
There!
That's how does up. That doesn't count as a flick. I'm not going to be that pedantic, because she did flick it during that motion.
I'll show you flicks.
Well, I give you 1 free mulligan anyway, so we'll count that as that.
Ah!
You did hit my piece,
I did!
though, but it doesn't do you any good.
I disqualify. Oh.
Alright, can I score another 20?
No.
Not quite. Bit more needed.
Ah, for fudge.
The amount of power that shot had, though, there was genuine flinching from his side of the table. Genuine flinching. Right, I have a free shot, so I'm going to try and nudge my other piece in for 20.
I have my 2 digits.
Yay! Okay, that counts. My piece landed in the centre. I have 40 up.
What the heck?
Well, not that it matters, but you also failed to hit anything.
I think I might have mildly nudged that one, but it doesn't matter anyways.
Alright, go for 60 up. Not quite. Alright, now this is feeling one-sided.
Because I don't want to give you any more bruises.
My dear, they're responsible for the only points you've got so far. Go for the bruising.
It's on.
It is on. That was a good shot, actually. And it's really awkward for me to get anything out of that.
Yeah.
So I am going to do the coward's thing. I deliberately waste my shot and hope that Debbie gives me something easier to go for.
Never. Ah. Nah.
Okay.
It's about as easy as it can get.
So I am once again going to do my waste the shot.
Nah. He's got so many points.
I've got so many points that just on the board I've got 40 to your 10, so...
Ah!
The good news is you hit. You've also made it more difficult for me to actually hit. Alright, let's have a genuine go at this. Actually, no, that's got no hope. The only angle I've got at all is to possibly put this on its side, roll it like that, and maybe do this. I'm not sure you're allowed to make a shot like this, and I'm not going to. Because I'm a coward.
Can I do that?
Alright, this is the hammer. So, her last chance to clear the board and try and recover some points.
Hope I don't hit my piece. No!
I've scored 20. Right, so these cancel out. I score 75 for that round. Meaning
75 total?
Yeah, I scored 75 for the round. I've got 60 in 20s and 15 points from what's on the board. So I end on 135 and are technically the winner. Right, I'm going to stop the stream. I may restart it. Hopefully it will just restart itself. But if it doesn't, there'll be a new one come up. I will send a link around. But that was our first game of Crokinole. We'll see if the second one's more competitive and see how many bruises I get before the end.
All the bruises.
All the bruises. Back in a bit.
We've got one so far.